What is going on, man? We are back in black in the building. Shout out to everybody out there at the Core Plantation doing what they got to do to survive. You already know who the hell this is. It's your boy Warren G. The Place B. Been climbing Sucker Free since 2003. Ain't no finessing me. Shout out to everybody out here in Las Vegas, Nevada. All my siblings working, handling business. Shout out to the homegirl Shawnee, Philly. We go way back, like 4 flats on the Cadillac. So gotta send a special shout out to the homegirl Shawnee. Erica too. Erica done gave me up on a lot of shit. So shout out to my sister Erica. Shout out to my brother David from No Compromise. My brother James Youngblood. Shout out to the homegirls Latanya, Miss Tanya, Arizona in the building. Georgia in the building. Texas in the building, which is David from No Compromise. Georgia in the building. James Youngblood, Texas in the building. Erica, Florida, a.k.a. Florida in the building. Shout out to the homegirl, Jerica, Vegas in the building. And shout out to my homegirl, sister, partner in crime as well, Melina, North Carolina, a.k.a. North Kakalaka in the building. Shout out to the homegirls, Nuke, and the homegirl, Sister Cobweb, a.k.a. Roxanne, a.k.a. Sister Cobweb. Shout out to everybody out there that I mentioned. Oh, I forgot your name, man. I be blanking on names all the damn time. That's why I just say my siblings. I be forgetting their names and shit. Because I be thinking about other shit when I'm doing it. But shout out to my siblings. Man, I'm still tired from that turnaround trip we did. We went to California. Oh, my God. Man, it was the most impressive thing. Now, when we went to Baldwin Park, California, it actually was decent. Nice. It was quiet. But once we drove to L.A., oh, my God. I didn't drive. I just let my sister drive. Fuck that. Man, I didn't drive. I know my uncle, man, he was dipping like a motherfucker. Hey, them people out there in California be driving crazy. I had to tell my uncle a couple of times, what is all this aggressiveness on the road for? Just be driving. Man, anyway, and let me tell you, man, Vegas is a little different from LA, but LA, man, oh my God. But anyway, we'll get into that another time. Shout out to everybody out there. Shout out to, everybody loving their life and dealing what they need to do and handling business. We got a quick topic. I've been noticing Plies, the rapper Plies, I think from Florida, just been talking about vote Democrat and all this. That's why the title is Political Games, because we're just going to talk about the political atmosphere that's going on right now. Let's get it. Hey. I got some audio of a clip that Plies he had posted. It's like a little clip, and it was about Trump. So hold on, let me see. No, let me see if I can find it. Here we go. Let me see if they'll play it. Because they'll play it and then they won't play it no more. Hold on, here we go.
And a fourth time. And a lot of people said that that's why the black people like me, because they have been hurt so badly and discriminated against. And they actually viewed me as I'm being discriminated against.
Can you get more insulting?
No, what's more insulting is Joe Biden telling everybody, if you don't vote for me, you're not black. Now here, let's read this. They criminals just like me. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm starting to like the casual racism he gives you. Keep treating them like Tim Scott Trump. They'll jump even higher for you. I know Trump 2024.
Do you really think that people like you because you were indicted, because there is some suggestion that's being made here that people see themselves in you? He's just like me. I too have been indicted. That discrimination and all that accompanies it.
This is CNN, by the way.
Be reduced to what your experience has been. I guess stereotypes might be the new platform here. Forget a family man. Forget a businessman. Forget actual policies you might hold and want to put out into the universe. No, you must like me because you too have had a run-in with the law. Well, why isn't that the pitch for all voters, right? He has said that he is the outsider, the consummate outsider outside the establishment. Why is think that only appeals maybe, or that's why black voters like you? Well, you cannot make this up, you realize. And it's coming from a political frontrunner who's hoping to get more votes, not alienate voters. It tells you exactly what is wrong with where we are today. You know, earlier today, President Joe Biden's campaign made this statement, calling Trump, well, the proud poster boy for modern racism. Now, I'm going to let you decide whether he is, in fact.
Okay, let's knock this down. Let's knock this down. Let's get this out here. Let's not forget stuff, people. We got a whole lot of other stuff to talk about, but let's just get to the crux of it. First of all, as Neely Fuller Jr. says, when you see two dominant society people arguing, if they're not arguing about replacing the system of racism, white supremacy, and establishing a system of justice, meaning the racial group that needs the most constructive help receives the most constructive help, if that's not what they're arguing about, those are just two slave masters arguing about who's the biggest white supremacist. So, with that being said, Joe Biden stop. Donald Trump is going to do what he does. He's going to placate to the people he needs to placate to, and he's probably going to win. Not because black people are going to just go out and go running and voting to him as the savior, but because we have been wronged by the Democratic Party for so many years. We're just going to hold and reserve our vote. Now, elderly people, elderly black folk, they're just going to keep voting Democrat because that's all they know. You might as well just leave that alone. That's lost. You know what I mean? But as far as what you need to do is hold your vote, sit back, relax, get your popcorn, and watch this political game that's about to take place. Joe Biden calling Donald Trump racist is like the Aryan Brotherhood calling the KKK racist. You know what I mean? It's the same thing. It's the system of racism and white supremacy, and they are not trying to establish a system of justice. Just like when I talked about Kenyon Martin, who played for the New Jersey Nets and played for the Denver Nuggets, and Carmelo Anthony and J.R. Smith, and they were talking about George Karl. Now, if you remember in that podcast, George Karl been in the league since the 70s. Probably wasn't really that fond of black folk, as Gilbert Arenas so eloquently put, and that probably festered in him. And guess what he did? He used his white privilege to destroy and fuck over black athletes' careers in the NBA. That's what he did. Until he couldn't do it no more. Then he wanted to write a book, and now all the other NBA athletes are coming out saying basically, fuck you. And that's exactly what black folk are coming out and doing. Black folk are coming out and saying, you know what, we don't need this, and we don't have to deal with this. We just won't vote. Yeah, Trump sounds good, but whoever gives us tangibles, that's who I'm gonna vote for. Donald Trump want to give us intangibles. He wants to give us our goddamn reparations. I will be a MAGA wearing motherfucker. Because as Dr. Claude Anderson puts, you vote your interests, not who you like. You vote your interests. You better go read Powernomics. You better go read Black Labor, White Wealth. Employees need to shut the fuck up and sit down. Because they're using you as a tool. And when they're done, as my sister Erica puts, they will break you. We know what's going on. Don't let these people, these rappers and all these people socially influence you into doing some dumb shit. As you can see, they're attacking Diddy again. What I tell you? They're going to keep going after him until they want him off the chessboard. They want him the powers that be have decided, get him off the chessboard. No, we're not letting him rest. Keep putting out stories on him. Bury him to the ground. And if you notice, nobody's coming to his rescue. Nobody wants to defend him. And a lot of the reason is because we don't know how to be on code. But our brother Puffy has to be on code with us too and stop treating your people like they ain't shit. That's one of the things that we got to wake up and think about. But yeah, this is a political game. These are political games, and we are being used as a conduit to sit up there and seek and destroy and be like, yeah, Joe Biden, look, both of them are anti-black racists, okay? Donald Trump being like that, Joe Biden being like that. The difference is you sit back and say, well, which one of y'all gonna do something for us? And the person who says they're gonna do something for black folk, foundational black Americans, are the person that we should be voting for. Not the person that says, well, black folk have been through this and black folk, well, what do you plan on doing for black folk? What do you plan on doing? I don't want to hear nothing about no policies that ain't got shit to do with black folk. We always be like, well, his policies. Look, let me tell you something. Every single goddamn president has had policies that have benefited white folk. in its entirety, but not benefited black folk. So I don't want to hear none of that shit about, you know what I mean? I was having this conversation with a brilliant sister about a couple of weeks ago, and she was just like, oh, well, you know, Clinton, you know, his policies, and I'm just like, you need to read Black Larry White Wealth by Dr. Claude Anderson and read Powernomics. That's all fugazi to me. What do you plan on doing specifically for the Foundation of Black Americans? Because people don't know this. Bernie Sanders voted for the dominant society Jewish community to keep receiving reparations, and he voted against black folks receiving reparations. That's why you don't see Killer Mike backing Bernie Sanders, and that's why nobody fucks with Bernie Sanders anymore. Because of that. People are starting to wake up and understand that, hey, that coffee y'all making is fucked up. And it's our job to understand that. That's why when you see a person like Plies basically insinuate that niggas is dumb and all that. No, nigga, you are the ignorant one. What books have you read and what studies have you taken place in to be qualified to tell black folk who we should be voting for? Just because we not voting for Joe Biden don't mean we just gonna go run into Donald Trump either. Sometimes we just ain't gonna deal with nobody and reserve the right to vote, because guess what? What's the fuck is the point of voting when, guess what, you're not gonna know nothing anyway and ain't gonna do shit for your people? I want to know who the electoral college people are. Bring they punk asses out so we can say who the fuck they are and how they get into those positions. Let's start doing that. Let's start airing out this dirty laundry of this political warfare game that they're fucking playing. Go watch the House of Cards. They'll tell you all about the political warfare that takes place and all the bullshit that goes on. You know, it was so funny having a conversation. This was before the Raiders came to Las Vegas, Nevada, right? This is when the talks were. And I kept telling people, y'all don't want that shit out here. Shit gonna be sky high. Y'all don't want it. Man, they built the Raiders Stadium. We paid for it. Now the baseball team's here. We got to pay for taxes. Now everybody's Southwest gas bill is out of fucking control. And now everybody complaining about that shit. Well, guess the fuck what? This is what the fuck you get when you bring professional sports to your city. Shit is going to go up because everybody wants to live here. Political games. So your Clark County commissioners, your city councilmen, those are motherfuckers you need to be breathing down their necks. But motherfuckers thought, oh, well, Warren don't know shit. No, you know what? Warren learned enough reading Powernomics and Black Labor White Wealth to know, hey, man, that Raiders stadium, that Raiders team, that MLB team, that's for people that could afford it. That's not for your average person that's got to get up and go to work and go get it. That's not for them. Half the time you're going to be at work, you ain't going to be able to make no goddamn game. But go ahead and keep doing that. Now everybody complaining about it because people are like, man, this shit is a grip. It's expensive. Fuck Vegas. I'm moving. Then you got an influx of so many Californian people moving up out of California because California is so goddamn expensive. So people are traveling to other states, other cities, and now they're making it where our natural resources are being increased because you guys are moving in droves. That's why I'm like, man, we have to start waking up and understand what is business savvy for us and economically advantageous for black folk and what isn't. When you look at those Raiders games, you don't see a lot of black folk at them games because black folk can't afford to go to them goddamn games. That's why. Black folks too busy trying to partner up to pay these goddamn bills. That's why when you see a person like Plies talking, running his mouth, doing this, like, my nigga, once you read Black Labor White Wealth and Powernomics, you're going to be like, ooh, let me shut the fuck up and let me reevaluate what the fuck I'm talking about. See, a lot of these, that's why the Democratic Party as well as the Republican Party, they use celebrityism to woo you because they know you have an affinity for that celebrity. So, oh, well, they like them, so our interests align. You don't know what your interests are until you sit down and start studying and reading and understanding how this political game is played. Then you'll be like, nah, that's not my interest. For most people are like, oh, I'm Democrat. And then you be like, so you're okay with people coming over here and benefiting off the taxes that you pay? No, I don't believe in that. Oh, well, then you have more views, probably like a Republican. It's just we have to wake up and understand what the fuck is going on and what is being done to us. That's why I want to do in the future with David and James Youngblood. We need to do another podcast about political games, and I want people to hear David and James talk about why it's important for us to vote our interest. I want y'all to hear these brothers break this shit down. Like, why it's important for us to vote our interest. What could happen to us economically if we start voting our interests and voting as a block. You know what I mean? Why is that? You guys need to hear it from their perspective so you can understand, because them brothers gonna break it down. I would love to get Erica on there too one day and get her perspective on it too. Because that sister's got a lot of knowledge. I like to listen to my sisters, just listen to their perspective. We had these conversations in our family too about stuff. We used to have these conversations once a week at my mom's house when she was alive. Like who we should vote for, who we shouldn't vote for. That's why you read this book. That's why you say this. And you know what I mean? I miss those days when my mom's was alive because we had real conversations about what's best for black people, what's not best for black people. These are just things that we need to think about and know. But I'll tell you this. Don't listen to plies. Don't listen to no celebrity. Do the research and studying for yourself. Joe Biden and Donald Trump are one and the fucking same. The difference is Donald Trump is a billionaire and he don't give a fuck about the outcome of nothing. He's a billionaire. The difference, too, is Joe Biden's son was doing crack in a strip club saying nigga, nigga, nigga. And Joe Biden is the architect behind the 94 crime bill that put over 550,000 foundational black Americans in prison for doing crack and mandatory minimums and weed and all this other stuff. So guess what? His son gets to fill out a firearm form, lie on it, get charges pressed to get him, beat those charges, settle, right? Smoke crack, put it on the video, put it out there, say nigga, 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 and nothing happens to Joe Biden's son, but you're going to be treated as a criminal that they view you as and that they feel like you are. Remember that. I'm done. Guilty, nigga. Peace.